Right, let's get right into it. Have you ever done this? You spend days, maybe even weeks, making a video you are so proud of. You hit publish, and nothing. Just crickets. You know the video's good, so what gives? Well, today we're going to crack the code on exactly why that happens.
It is so frustrating, right? I mean, every single creator asks this at some point. You've done all the work, the research, the editing, the whole nine yards. So why isn't anyone clicking? Well, here's the crazy part. The answer usually has nothing to do with the video at all.
And here it is, the brutal truth. You literally have less than 1 second to grab someone's attention. Think about that. Before they hear your voice, before they see your amazing editing, they've already made a judgment. In that endless scroll of videos, it is an incredibly high-stakes game of first impressions. And that 1 second decision, it is everything. It happens right there in the feed, as someone's thumb is just flying up the screen. And in that split second, the single most important thing, more important than your title, more important than your channel name, is your thumbnail. And here's the thing, this is where so many of us get it wrong. We'll spend, days, maybe even weeks perfecting our video, but then we slap together a thumbnail in 5 minutes. That huge imbalance, that's the thing holding so many channels back. But don't worry, we are gonna fix that right now. So here's the big mindset shift. We've got to stop thinking of thumbnails as just decoration, like a little poster for our video. No, we need to start treating them as a strategic part of the video itself. This is where we move away from just hoping for the best and start getting into the science of it. Because here's the secret, okay? The best thumbnails out there, they aren't just nice-looking images. They are powerful psychological triggers. They're actually engineered to tap directly into our brain's most basic instincts. They are quite literally designed to be irresistible. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Well, it all comes down to a really simple but super powerful framework. It's built around 3 psychological keys. Let's break them down, one by one. All right, first up, emotion. I like to call this the face factor. See, our brains are hardwired to lock onto other human faces. It's just what we do. So when you put a really expressive face in a thumbnail, someone looking shocked or happy or confused, it creates this instant subconscious connection. It makes the viewer feel something before they've even read the title. Okay, number 2 is curiosity. This is all about something called the curiosity gap. The idea is simple. Your thumbnail should never tell the whole story. It needs to ask a question or show an incomplete picture. It creates this mental itch in our brains. And the only way to scratch that itch, you guessed it, you have to click. And the third and final key is clarity. You can also think of this as cognitive ease. Look, our brains are lazy. They want to conserve energy whenever possible. So if a thumbnail is cluttered, confusing, or hard to read, our brain just says, nope, too much work, and scrolls on by. But a simple, clean, high-contrast thumbnail, it's effortless, and the brain rewards that ease with a click. So there's the theory, right? Emotion, curiosity, and clarity. That's great and all, but how do we turn those ideas into an actual thumbnail? Let's get super practical now and talk about design. Color is probably your single most powerful tool for triggering emotion. Every color sends a signal. Red screams urgency and excitement, perfect for a challenge video. Blue feels trustworthy and professional, great for a how-to. Yellow and orange are just magnets for your eyes. They feel fun and energetic. Choosing the right color to match the vibe of your video isn't just decoration, it's a huge strategic advantage. And speaking of clarity, contrast is king. In a super crowded YouTube feed, a high contrast thumbnail physically stops the scroll. It jumps out at you. Your subject, your text, it all has to pop. So we're talking bright yellow on a black background or crisp white on a deep red. Low contrast stuff, gray on white or dark green on blue, it just turns into mush. It completely disappears. Okay, so here's a quick and dirty checklist for you. Just run through this every time. One focal point. Don't try to show everything. Keep your text super minimal. Seriously, like 3 or 4 words max. If you use a face, make it expressive. Use an outline or blur the background to make your subject really stand out. And please, please, always check how it looks when it's tiny, like on a phone screen. If you can't tell what's going on, it's a fail. Now, if you want to see a perfect example of all of this stuff in action, you don't have to look any further than Mr. Beast. I mean, the guy is a master of this. His insane success is not an accident. It's a masterclass in thumbnail psychology. Let's just deconstruct his strategy for a second. His thumbnails hit all 3 of our keys. He uses these insanely bright, high contrast colors for clarity. He always has one simple, easy to understand concept, which is great for cognitive ease. He uses these exaggerated, shocked faces to create that instant emotion. And then he uses short, punchy text like $100,000 to create that powerful curiosity gap. It is a repeatable formula, and boy, does it work.
But look, even with all these amazing principles, you should never, ever just guess. The final piece of the puzzle is taking all this and backing it up with actual data. This is how we go from having a good gut feeling to having proof of what actually works for your audience. And the tool you use for that is A/B testing. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. You just make two different thumbnails, A and B. YouTube shows A to half your potential viewers and B to the other half. Then it just tells you which one got more clicks. That's it. It completely removes all the guesswork from the equation.
And when you're looking at that data, there are two key numbers you gotta pay attention to. First is your click-through rate, or CTR. That tells you, did my thumbnail do its job and get the click? Anything in the 4 to 6% range is pretty solid, but that's only half the battle. The other number is average view duration, or AVD. That tells you, okay, they clicked, but did the video actually deliver on the promise of the thumbnail? And this right here is the magic combo, the viral formula. A high CTR means you've got an amazing hook. A high AVD means you've got amazing content. When you nail both of those, that is exactly what the YouTube algorithm is looking for. That is what it's designed to promote. That is how videos blow up. So let's just boil this all down into your new simple strategy. It's 3 steps. Step 1, start with psychology. Think emotion, curiosity, and clarity. Step 2, design for the brain. That means high contrast, simple focus, not a lot of text. And step 3, test everything. Stop guessing and let the data tell you what's best.
So you see, it's a totally different way of thinking. A thumbnail isn't just some label you stick on your video. No, it's the first sentence of your story. It's the hook. It's what earns you the right to even have your amazing content seen in the first place. So the only real question left is, what story is your next thumbnail going to tell?